That's like shooting a BB gun at a freight train.
All ashore! Get me off this freight!
Simply an old freight car set in the woods.
It's right through there, just behind that freight car.
Another half hour to unload the freight in the mail.
One of our favorite trysting places was on the freight deck.
I've done, I guess, counting 3 years of hauling freight, maybe 1,000.
He got in this freight car train and then somebody...
Running to catch a freight and his heart give out.
What's a freight?
The air freight terminal.
Well, that's like trying to fly a freight train.
He's gonna send you air freight to some giant cage in a full-time...
laser generator to heat the object to the point of fracture.
That's like shooting a BB gun at a freight train, Doc.
Some of us have got this idea. We want to land a craft.
For mankind, but a giant step for us.
All ashore! Get me off this freight!
Now, why don't they show stuff like that on TV?
I had in mind was a trip to Blackjack's bar, which was simply an old freight car set in the woods, where any honest policeman would be unlikely to find it.
Where is he? He's right through there, just behind that freight car.
All the passengers off at 5:30, another half hour to unload the freight in the mail. Liberty Party leaves at 6:30.
His position on the ship as well. One of our favorite trysting places was on the freight deck, among the crates and canvas-covered automobiles.
I could make it in a year if I pushed hard. I've done, I guess, counting 3 years of hauling freight, maybe 1,000 hours.
Yeah, and I saw the last 4 minutes, so forget it.
He said that some guys were chasing him and it was snowing and he got in this freight car train and then somebody locked him in and he...
Buried him in the meadow along the side of the railroad track. We was running to catch a freight and his heart give out.
Those trains are convoys that are leading us to hell.
I'm not in charge of freight.
Do supervise train scheduling.
Singer is going to be in Mobile tomorrow. We can catch him at the air freight terminal. How about that?
Me about it until we were just getting airborne. Well, that's like trying to fly a freight train. Okay? Gross overload. Trim characteristics.
Why can't you listen to me? You want to fly? He'll let you fly. He's going to send you air freight to some giant cage in a full-time nut house. See, he'll probably send me too. We're going to have feet.
The bank. 7:28, a freight train pulls in. Here's where we are. Don't forget to keep it.
What's the idea of riding into the yard, Bo? Huh? I said, what's the idea of riding into the freight yard?
I'll lay off, will you?
I got a good mind to run you in for trespass.
$931.14. That includes the freight and the taxes as well, of course.
You mean you want it now?
Truth? What truth?
The truth that at any minute you might bring a freight train through the wall. The truth that Maul is bursting through your subconscious.
2-1. It's the number of a boxcar in the BL&W freight yards.
Get the 3:15 train to Windricksville. It's a freight. There's an abandoned church on top.
That connect anything to me.
No one's gonna connect anything to you, no. That was a one-off deal, like a moving freight train. You hopped on, you hopped off. Anything else, I would have had you walk away.
Hundreds of rides. I spied on the maintenance man, the loading docks. I watched the freight trucks as they made their deliveries. What time do they arrive? How long do they stay? How much paperwork?
Playing outside of the freight car. I looked up.
Paris together. A friend came and told me that Victor was alive. They were hiding him in a freight car in the outskirts of Paris. He was sick. He needed me.
Mr. Dillon.
Gentlemen, I have here the figures on a decline and river freight. These figures don't lie. Last year, our riverboat... What's going on?
We're going to the roof. Where are those elevators?
They're up there. What's this about?
Is there a freight elevator in the building?
The rear of the building through those doors.
That way, guys.
Treblinka. He said, every day freight trains carrying people from Warsaw branched off to Treblinka and returned empty.
Man, I mean, you were good. Really good. I mean, like a fucking freight train. So, what happened? Injuries or what? Bullshit.
Hell have you heard that voice, General? In freight elevators? In dark alleys? In secret places in the dead of night? How did that voice seep into a...
Have you lost your mind? Do you have any idea of the cost?
Each one of those freight cars contains 4.5 tons of purest raw silver. When it reaches...
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a guy. Got this name, runs on like a Georgia freight train.
He's supposed to have been born.
Let me tell you, when they get it in their heads how they want to fuck, they're like a freight train.
Sign here.
Yeah. The things.
This place is a dump. Clean up the freight yard. Or replace those signs. Sick to death of look.
The safe was wide open. Martinelli really had hauled freight in a hurry.
And if we do this deal, everybody gains. Of course, my son did work as a baggage handler and freight loader for 3 summers. With those qualifications, why should we doubt his ability to run an airline?
All right, listen up. Burnover seconds away, and it sounds like 100 freight trains right on top of you. Wind ripping like a hurricane.
100 reporters and camera crews in the lobby.
We got a limo at the freight exit. Howard, you're gonna spend the night with me at my place.
It's ugly to watch, but he goes down that track like a freight train on fire, and he's got a hell of a finish. Him, you need to watch out for.
This sucker is flying, Manny.
Should have hooked into those freight cars by now.
Ah, smile, man. We're free. Yeah.
Oh, a little money. Where am I gonna go?
You hop a freight train, you beat it the hell out of time.
Oh.
More word on that runaway freight train in rural Pennsylvania. The train, AWVR 777, otherwise...
Description was then seen in Harrisburg on a freight train, then West Virginia, and then
their way. What about you?
I'm in transport. International air freight, mostly.
Business is good.
Acknowledged. Get a rundown on every train leaving Vegas. Passenger and freight, east and west.
All right, how do I get up?
Take the freight elevator to the 18th floor and you walk the rest of the way.
All right, I'm assuming you got all these points covered. What is this? This is a shack.
Yesterday you told me that freight train hardly ever comes through here at 5 a.m. in the morning.
I know. She spoke.
Train. So one of those calls was made by our bomber. Do you remember a freight train passing by just before the explosion?
Yes.
The explosion was timed to engulf the passing freight train.
Oh, God.
Freight train coming through.
Between my legs, a freight train barrels into my jaw.
Here is a special announcement. Parents bringing children to the 4 p.m. special freight train to Southampton are asked to leave.
Last night, our sleep machine, the one we have by our bed to drown out the noise of freight trucks rumbling past our apartment, was speaking to me, and it was saying,
Bullets and guns are dangerous. They kill things.
No one around here could hit a freight car with a cannon.
I guess you're right, Sam. All the same, the laws...
I know about that. Milk train or freights?
Tomorrow, after this train.
You ever jump a freight train? Huh? We do it your way.
Train? You also couldn't fly. Start running. Let's go.
Wait a minute, wait. It's a freight train. I can't do this. Aihtiz. Resolve wagon.
As a precaution, we disembarked quietly in the freight yard just outside the station.
Book record. Yeah, well, what about him recording me? Oh, he'll record you if we pay the freight.
Scratch a lie, find a thief.